We keep breaking because no discipline. You know exactly what I mean. You say you're going to wake up early tomorrow. You even set an alarm. But when it goes off, your hand hits snooze before your brain even catches up. You say you'll stop wasting money and finally save for something meaningful. But the moment that limited time offer pops up on your screen, you convince yourself that you deserve it. You promise yourself you'll start eating better. But one stressful day at work, and it's back to drive-through meals. And then you sit there at night, staring at the ceiling, frustrated with yourself, wondering why you can't just stick to your word. And that's exactly why we keep breaking. Not because we're weak, not because we're doomed, but because we keep depending on our feelings instead of discipline. And feelings, they're liars. They tell you to quit when you're one push away from progress. They tell you to indulge when you know you need restraint. They tell you to stay comfortable when deep down you know comfort is killing your potential. James Clear wrote in Atomic Habits, "Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become." But here's the problem. Most of us are voting for a person we don't actually want to be. We vote for the tired version of ourselves when we snooze the alarm. We vote for the broke version of ourselves when we swipe the card out of impulse. We vote for the unhealthy version when we skip the gym. And then we wonder why we keep losing elections in our own life. Think about your daily life. You're at work, and your boss gives you a project that bores you to death. Without discipline, you procrastinate until the last minute, scrambling, stressed, and delivering something half-baked. With discipline, you start earlier, you chip away at it, and hand in something solid, not because you felt like it, but because you refuse to let your feelings run your life. Or picture this, you're in a relationship, and things get rough. Without discipline, you shut down. Avoid the hard conversations, scroll your phone, maybe even walk away. With discipline, you lean in, you listen, you show up consistently, even when it's inconvenient. That's what builds lasting love. Discipline isn't glamorous, but it's the foundation. Jocko Willink said, "Discipline equals freedom." At first, that doesn't even make sense. Freedom sounds like doing whatever you want, but think a little bit deeper. When you're disciplined with your money, you're free from debt. When you're disciplined with your health, you're free from sickness that could have been prevented. When you're disciplined with your time, you're free from regret. Lack of discipline feels like freedom in the moment, but it just changes waiting to tighten later. Here's where the breaking happens. Without discipline, you live life on repeat. You swear you're getting in shape, but one skilled workout becomes a week, then a month, then another year gone. You promise yourself you'll build that business idea, but scrolling on TikTok takes priority. And suddenly, 2 years later, someone else launched the very idea you never started. You vow to be more present with your family, but the phone steals your attention. And then one day you realize the moments you missed are gone forever. David Goggins said on his podcast, "You will not always be motivated, so you must be disciplined." Motivation might get you started, but only discipline keeps you going when no one's watching. When it's 5 a.m. and the bed is warm, when it's Friday night and everyone else is partying, when it's easier to quit than to continue. Let me paint you a real picture. Imagine you're driving a car with no brakes. That's what life without discipline feels like. Sure, you can go fast when you're excited, but the moment life throws you a curve, you crash. Discipline is your brakes, your steering wheel, your control. Without it, you don't stand a chance. The moment of truth, if you don't build discipline, you will keep breaking. Not once, not twice, but over and over. Your finances will keep breaking under bad spending habits. Your health will keep breaking under late nights and fast food. Your dreams will keep breaking because you never finish what you start. Your relationships will keep breaking because you can't stay consistent. And the saddest part, you start to believe you're the problem, when really it was the lack of discipline all along. Muhammad Ali once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." That's discipline. Doing what must be done, even when you don't feel like it, so your future you can live free. And I know it's not easy. Some of you are listening right now and you're tired. You've tried before and failed. You've made promises and broken them. You feel guilty for not being stronger. But hear me clearly. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up again. If you ate bad yesterday, discipline is eating clean today. If you skipped the gym for a week, discipline is showing up tomorrow. If you blew your savings on something dumb, discipline is saving the next paycheck. You don't need to fix your whole life in one day. You just need to start stacking small disciplines until they build you into someone unbreakable. Viktor Frankl, in Man's Search for Meaning, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response." That space is where discipline lives. It's that pause before you grab the junk food, before you buy what you don't need, before you scroll for hours. In that space, you can choose differently. That choice is discipline. And repeated enough, those choices transform everything. Stop waiting for the right mood or the perfect moment. They don't exist. Life will always be messy, but discipline doesn't care about moods or moments. It only cares about action. If you want to stop breaking, stop living your life up to feelings. Build discipline. Wake up when you said you would. Write the page even when you're uninspired. Save the money even when spending feels better. Speak the truth even when silence feels safer. Because at the end of the day, this is the unshakable truth. We keep breaking because no discipline. But the moment we choose discipline, we stop breaking and we start building. Don't just listen and nod. Decide. Choose one discipline today. Build it on tomorrow. Stack it until your life can finally hold its own weight. You don't need another round of motivation. You need discipline. And once you have it, you won't just survive life's storms. You'll walk through them unbreakable. And always remember, you have to put God first.